Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we are going to make an easy peasy journal, an art journal. So I'm going to show you some of the things that you can use. This will be a lot of fun to do, not only with yourself, but if you have grandkids, children, fun thing to do. Recycled art, recycled craft items, all that kind of stuff is really cool, and it really can teach the kids a lot of great stuff. But if you don't have kids, well, I have kids, but you know what I'm saying. This is strictly going to be for me. So let me just go over a few things. I have some masking tape. Now you can use whatever kind of tape you have, washi tape or whatever. And if you don't have tape, it's not the biggest deal. Um, a glue stick. This is a Avery disappearing color glue stick, acid free and photo safe. A lot of you are concerned about that, and I get that. But if you don't use whatever glue stick you have, whatever you can get at the dollar store, whatever kid one you have, it doesn't matter. I've not been paying attention to the acid free photo safe thing for years and years and years. And if you saw all the journals I had, they're completely fine. But again, up to you. Also, Elmer's is photo safe and acid free, so you can use those as well. And you can use the delicious Mod Podge paper or mat or whatever you have. So it's whatever you have. That's what we're going with. And I just have a ruler. I have some yarn that I've had sitting around. And this is a Kashi box. And this is a box that you can see once I do this, this is all the box was, just your regular box. And I cut this part off, opened it up, and here we are. Now, here's the thing. Let me take my autofocus off because that's not going to help. I'm wondering, why am I feeling dizzy? That's why. Okay, so your yarn you're going to have. So all I did was I opened it up and I flattened it. Now, you can, as you can see, these are the tabs. And you can see I have some tape running on this little PP tab on both sides. Well, peewee. You can cut these off on both sides and you'll be left with this. Okay? And then these, of course, won't be there too. This is what you'll be left with. This will be as wide and as big as your journal could be. So I just like to open it up, but it doesn't matter. It's up to you. And then I just take some tape or washi tape or whatever, and I tape it open. So this is going to be my front and back of my art journal. Then we have this middle part, as you can see here. All I do is take my ruler, or you can use, look, whatever you have, an acrylic block, a stamping block. It doesn't matter. You can use, one of these, just so you have a little bit to push on, you know what I mean? Or don't even, just do it like you're going to do it. Now, I kind of measured in between here, and it said it was approximately 2 inches. But what I did was I went in basically an inch and, halfway point. So you can just eye it up. It's not going to matter that much. We're just doing this to have at home. If you're doing this for a gift and all, you might want to take an extra second. I'm not good at measuring. And then I put it down where the line is, where I think that's going to be. And if you want to be extra fancy, you can make sure you put a line going all the way down. Then I lift this up and I push it over and I push that ruler in and I give it a, like that. Some of you might have a bone folder. You can run that if you want. I never use it. It's sitting there. You can see it's not even dirty, and I've had it for 12 years. And open back up, and ta-da! Here is gonna be, you want to make sure that's down. This is the front and back of your journal. That easy. Now let's start with this part first. You want to, you want to paint it by all means. You want to use some scrapbook paper that you might have got on clearance, which I tell you guys all the time. When you go to any craft or art store, Walmart, wherever they sell anything, I can get the best paper for like clearance prices, 5 cents, 10 cents. Sometimes you even get like 3 cents. But when you go, look, because like, for instance, let me just see. This one, Happy Birthday. I'm not going to I can't make a card. I don't know how to make a card. I'm horrible at making cards. I've tried. I've watched everybody. I'm so jealous of them. My brain does not, it's just not wired that way with the fibro and RA and all the medication and all. I know a lot of you are the same way. I'm just not wired that way to think. So I can't do cards. What are you going to do? So, but I bought this for like 5 cents. Look at it. Happy birthday. I'm going to show you what we're going to, matter of fact, maybe we'll use that as the cover. So, you know, you go and you pick or go through your big stacks of paper that you might have and just pick some that, you know, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And it doesn't matter if it's thick or thin, you know, just, I mean, look at this. What the heck am I even going to do with this? I got this too. No, this is a thicker one. This is Chocolat, Mi Amor. I don't even know who makes it, SEI. And you can see it has that on the back, which probably is why I picked it up because, you know, but I mean this, like, what are we going to do? I don't know. I mean, it has beautiful words. If you're making it, like Emily made a scrapbook for her and her boyfriend. Everything they do, the movie tickets, the picture, you know, whatever. So this would be great for her, like to cut out and put love story and forever and all that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that aside for her because she loves doing that kind of stuff. Okay, it's gonna slide down on the floor, but we'll get over it. And then what about all those great mixed media papers or jelly prints or even your cast-offs where you're using paint or stamps and you go to stamp off all the extras so you have all that sitting, you know, so use those too. Okay, so that's it. It's just use tissue paper, use whatever you have. A brown bag from the grocery store, you want to use some plastic, use some, I can go on and you know what, as I continue to go on the series, so to say, because we're starting very easy, I'll give you more and more tips going along. Okay, so you can see I have some tape here, still a little sticky, and here. All I did was use my masking tape. Again, you can use painter's tape. I have this great painter's tape here that works as well. I have this. You can use washi tape. It doesn't matter. And we're going to go, and I'm going to see how much paper I'm going to do. So I think that, because you're going to have to double it unless you paint it. If you want to paint it, I would definitely recommend using a multi-surface paint, which Folk Art makes delicious. You guys have seen me use a million times. Multi-surface paint. I don't have any sitting here right this second to show you, but like for instance, also the Martha Stewart Satin, which is a multi-surface paint. They're fantastic. So you can definitely just paint this if you want. But I'm going to add a little bit more stability, and I want, you know, I just want to play around with the paper. And I'm not going to put the paper so I can read it, but you can. And then when you go to paint over it and do all that, you can just leave the word happy everywhere. That would be really cool as well. Maybe I will. Maybe I am. But normally I would make it go completely wacko because I'm wacko. Let's face it. All right. So let's get ready to throw your Mod Podge down or whatever and just smear it all over. I know a lot of you have glue sticks, and you guys, like I said, you can get it at the dollar store, wherever. With the kids going back to school, you know, Staples, Office Max, Office Depot, even Amazon, they all have sales. Target, and Target, I think, might even have their own brand. I know they have their own brand of craft paints and stuff, or they did. I've never used them, but, you know, I've seen other people use them. Okay. And they seem to like them, so I don't know. If you've used the Target brand, let me know down below in the comments so everybody can kind of see if they're worth buying if they see them. So I'm just going to lay this. I'm not going to worry. I will cut any extra hanging off. So I just don't, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm going to give it a good smush. You can see I definitely didn't put it on even, did I? Okay. Giving it a good smush. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to cut it. Following the cardboard. Turn it back over. And then hit this area right here. And I will, not with the cut side, but with the straight end side, lay it just so it's right up against there. And give it a push. And you know, I'm a salt and pepper freak from back in the day. So push it real good. Okay. You just want to make sure it's making contact everywhere. And you can be fancy and do it this side too. And you can see when I opened my box up, before I folded this part, I just threw some tape down. I probably was starting to say it and got off on a tangent about other things, and you know, that's how I roll. Sorry. All right, see? Very, very good. Okay, so then I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna cut. Now you can save this paper that you're cutting off for more mixed media, making backgrounds and stuff like that. You can fold it over if you want. I just like to go for that look. And I might just leave that there because you can see there's a little, you know, little ploopy right there where the box, so that's no big deal. But I mean, you know, if you want to save these little pieces, you can, you know, or the bigger piece where it says happy, and we can play with that later, maybe. I don't know if we will, but we'll see. Okay. And then, so far, here's your journal. And again, you know, we got these little bloopies here. We can go, we can really decorate this up. You know what I'm saying? So let's not worry too much and get hung up on that. But you see, now we have this fold. We're going to fold it again. You can use your thing, or you can take your bottle of paint or glue. Give it a good smush. And look, we made a cover. We made it. Okay, so now, what do we want to do? Because that ain't Kelly right there. But I'm going to take some, we're going to do the cover first, because that's just how I'm going to do it. Let's take some paint. And I want to start, let's see, green, because I might want some of that to come through. What about if I take some pink? Okay, now you can use regular acrylic paint on here. You can use your markers. You can use watercolor. Watercolor would be cool, whatever you want. Me, I'm not going to gesso. I'm just going to take some, this is one of my favorite colors, and I'm almost out of it. Raspberry Ice from Martha Stewart Craft Satin. And I'm just going to do ploops. Okay, and then just kind of ploop whatever was hanging off there, which was quite enjoyable. And I'm going to take a paintbrush. And this is the Pro Sculpt. You guys always ask my paintbrushes, and I'm horrible. A Pro Sculpt Creative Mark Artist Product, 10 flat. I don't know. I'm going to wet. Oh, I see what it is. It's one of the ones that have these little thing that you can draw through the paint. Maybe we'll do that. I wet it. And I'm just going to see what we're going to get here. A little bit more water. Now, not too much water, because it's going to make the paper and the cardboard buckle a bit. And you don't necessarily want that. So what I'm going to suggest is, that's what we're going to do there. We're going to work just on the outside, the cover today, and then we'll do another video with starting the inside, because I think this is going to be way too long and I don't want to do that. Okay, so you can see that's what I did. Now I'll take my heat gun, and if you don't have a heat gun, use your hair dryer. If you don't have a hair dryer, just leave it sit. But you can go to your thrift store, Goodwill, thrift store, and literally for a couple bucks get a hair dryer, and you can use it to boil your hair dry and boil your stuff dry. But honestly, if you just leave this sit for a couple minutes, it'll dry so quickly. And that came up a little more translucent than I wanted, so we're going in harder with another color. maybe a little gesso. Maybe what I will do is, and this is really not necessary, trust me. Come on, just a little bit. This is just gesso, but you can use white paint as well. It's just what I have sitting here. And I will take my paintbrush. Where'd you go? I had you sitting here. Not the big one. We'll just use this little peewee one. And I'm going in, and what I'm going to do is start where it's very noticeable. I'm going to just go and circle some happies all over the place. Because, and it doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. But I mean, we want this to be our happy journal. If you want it to be your sad journal, don't do this, because I have a sad journal too. You know, we all have good and bad days. So you definitely can use it for both if you want. You know, but. And I'm like kind of, you know, some of them, I'm putting the white over it too much, so I might just paint over if it's not enough. Probably should just make it bigger. I like that happy, but it's on the, this one's cute. All right, I think you're getting catching my drift. Because I like to promote happiness. We're not happy all the time. But, oh, this is a good one. Sometimes. Now, if you're doing this for somebody and it's their birthday, you can go and do birthday. You know what I mean? I mean, think outside the box when you're going and looking at the stuff. Even if it's not on clearance and you're just looking at papers for somebody, you know, you could make this a card for somebody and write, you know, something inside that's really nice. So, you know, just think outside the box. That's all when you're looking at the papers. All right. Okay. I think that'll be enough because I want to do maybe other things on it. But this is just an idea. You don't have to do it. But now I want to pick a darker color to go on top. I'm always about pink and green. Do I want to even go there with green? Ugh. Do I? Let's see what this does. This is, what color are you? Lily pad? Let's see. I'm just going to do a squirt there and let's see. Get my brush cleaned off, my big one. You can use a foam brush. If you go to your local craft store, you can buy foam brushes. What is it usually? $5 for $1 or so many, 10 for $10. You know, I mean, they have them on sale. Yeah, that goes over. Your dollar store has them. So you can buy them and use them. You don't have to have paint brushes. So you can see this is going to work. So I'm just going to kind of sporadically. Oh, sorry. That dang coffee. All right. I'll go in with a smaller brush, but really you don't have to do this. And sometimes I'll get frustrated and I'll just be like, nope, forget it. I'm going right in. And you can see how nice that darker color covers. We might draw something on there or glue stuff. That's what I love to do. This is just an idea. I love doing my videos and giving you guys ideas. Now look what I just did. I smudged that. So this is what I'll end up doing with that. Sorry. So you can't necessarily see what was inside there. But if I really want to be like, I'm like, oh no, I take a wet brush and I go in like this. And then I go in with a little napkin or whatever you're using. And you can see it cleans it and brings it right back up. So no fuss there. Okay, and that'll be all I'll put going around. Maybe I'll do different colors. I don't know what I'll do. You never know. And what I do a lot, and I know some of you guys write me about it, is when I'm starting off an art journal page, I have one view in my head of how it's going to be. And then it never ends up that way. So, you know, that's okay too. Don't sit and think like, oh, you know, I mean, if it doesn't go that way, it just means that it's kind of helping you along your journey of making your art journal page, right? Not the biggest deal. All right. Of course, we'll go over those little lines so it won't be as, we'll make them with some glitter or something. I need a little bit more paint. I forgot about it over here. Something, you know what I mean? That'll make them like pa-poo, pa-pow. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Then you just randomly go around them. I see I went over that one a little too much because I do get a little bit of overzealousness. This, if that's even a word. And I'll fix that in a second. There you go. Okay. Now you can go back with whatever you're using, whether it's the sponge or paintbrush. I'll get that up. You want your clean brush, but you want it wet. I'm going to go back in. See, go over it. Okay, take your, there you go. See? Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. All right. And you can see it's taking more paint off of your brush, which is good. And it gives some texture. Oh my God, my cats are out there playing. I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's driving me crazy today. Okay. All right. I think you're getting it. Now look what I'm doing here though. Because the paint's drying and it's picking up some of that paint. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to dry it real quick. And this is all I'm going to do right now is dry it. So if you want to do this with me, go ahead up into this point, and then my next video, I'm trying to dry it a little bit here so I can show you. And then my next video we'll be adding the paper, and then I'll probably do one more video where we finish this, do everything, kind of put all the little fun things on and embellish, when we're done. So, but look, here we go. We have our journal. Now you say, what am I going to do in here? Well, let me show you. Pick another piece of paper and do the same thing. If you don't want to, maybe you want to paint it. I don't know what I want to do yet. Let me get some of this up. What do I want to do? Do I want to paint it just to leave it plain, or do I want to put more paper on it? Now you definitely can put more paper. What do I want to do? I hate when I get stuck like that because I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's see what we got here. What's talking to us? I don't want anything too... Oh, here's another one. Okay. Here's another one that just has words on it that you can get. So you can get love yourself, believe in yourself, like wish upon a star. So you can cut all these out and use them, which is great. Or you can, I love to scan things into my computer, with my printer, my scanner, and then you can print them out and use them that way as well. So don't pass words up if there's any words. And it's fun, even, if you go through your magazines and pick out words. And then you use, you put them in between. So I think I'm going to go with these two pieces of paper. So yeah, never pass up anything that you think like, oh, I just don't know. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is do half of it like this, and then the other half that pink. And you can see this pink already kind of used. Okay, I'm going back in with my glue stick because it's just easier. And this paper is also going to add a more strength, which who doesn't want that on a daily basis. All right. Try to save as much paper as you can going in. You want it to go, yeah, I was going to say, did I put glue in them? You want to go outwards. So stick it here. Oh my God, anybody watching Big Brother United States? Did I already ask that? Tell me your thoughts without ruining anything for people who might not have watched the past week's stuff. Come on now. Look, see, it doesn't even have to be perfect, but I'm like, okay, just stay on the line because you have that good line there. And why do I? Oh, all right, we're just going for it. All right, because I get one side going and the other side's like, yeah, really not. We're not doing that today. Okay, all right, that's all we're doing. 20 minutes while I'm trying to glue because I'm thinking about Big Brother. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. La, 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 la. That and Mr. Mercedes, I just love. We love. It's something that we all sit down and watch. Let me know if you've started watching Mr. Mercedes yet. I'm loving it. All right, Evelyn, I think you said that you watched Mr. Mercedes as well. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this, line it up the best you can. You can overlap if you want. It really doesn't matter because it's not going to affect anything. It's just going to give it a better look. And you can see you can still bend it. So that's what you'll do, is just give it a nice bend to make sure you have glue everywhere. And you see how it kind of goes up because it's overlapping. We can cut that, or you can really glue that down. It won't matter too much because we'll have it covered. Turn it over, and then you know the drill. And this is, once you get all this paper cut off, is when you can what was I going to say? Once you get the paper cut off, I don't know what the heck I was going to say. I saw my phone go off window, making sure it wasn't my husband or my daughter. I'm weird that way. I panic. I'm a panicker. Hello, anxiety, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Woo! Good gods. I did it though. All right. And then just make sure everything's pushed down. If this bothers you, because it's bothering the heck out of me, I'm going to roll up whatever's going to roll. I'm going to fold it like I did. And I'm just going to take my scissors, lift this up a bit, and kind of trim whatever will come off. Come on now. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now we have our outside started. And our inside's good. You're not going to see this. We're going to have paper, so it's not going to be a big deal. It just needs to be cut a little shorter or dry. If it dries, it'll be good too. So this is stage 1. And this is, you can see already, so much, you know, we can really have fun and make a nice sized art journal. So let me know what you think down below. I would love to know what you think. I would love to know if you plan on trying this or making it. And if you do, please, all my social media is down below. My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. I like to follow back and see what you guys do. I love when you guys tag me and, you know, send me what you guys do, pictures, because it just makes my heart warm. So yeah, so don't forget to do that. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you're not already and would like to be, please subscribe. The button's down below. And next to it is a bell. Click that and you will get notified every time I upload, which is usually 5-6 times a week. And this is what we'll be doing in the next couple of videos and having this done. But check out other videos of mine too. That's about it. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. Look, progress, not perfection. We got an art journal in the works here, and it's going to look so nice, and I'm so excited. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. I love you guys. I love you guys so very much. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.